everyone, what's up? It's Blynn. Welcome back to my channel. Hi, hope you're all having a great Thursday. Let's get into some drama, shall we? Now, there isn't too much going on drama-wise that I really cover, but we've got this. Nikki Phillippi. You guys, if you're regular viewers of my channel, or if you've been a viewer or a subscriber for a little while, you might have seen me do a video about Nikki Phillippi, who put down her dog Bowser. Now, she put down her dog. She's a YouTuber. She put down her dog because it allegedly went for her baby. But it turned out that they tried to sit the baby next to the dog and all of this stuff. It was a shit show because really, you know, if you know that you've got that type of breed of dog where they could possibly go for a baby, why would you even put them near a baby in the first place? I don't know. I don't get it. So we're going to get into some drama about her and some other YouTubers. As you can see, I've not finished my face yet. I've literally just done my foundation, concealer, bit of colour corrector. But I'm going to be playing in the Be Perfect Coles World Jaclyn Vang Shapeshifter palette. Now, I've had a couple of goes in this one and I do really like it. So this one has got bronzers or contour shades, and then you've got these two here which are eye brightening powders. Let me open it and show you. So the palette, magnetic. Look at that. That's really cool, right? So the two parts, woo, I love that. And the artwork is cute as well. You know, it's different. It's not like what you would normally expect for a makeup palette, but I like the whole concept, shapeshifter, and then it's being pulled over here and there. So I think this is a really nice, cool concept for like a face palette. So we open it up and then you've got all the bronzer or contour shades here, and then there's a yellow and a peach under eye powder. I have used this, like I said, and I do really like it. I love the under eye powders. They're really good. And then in the Jaclyn side of the palette, you've got blushes and highlights. Now, they're quite unique shades. As you can see, you've got like this bright yellow blush in here. There is this bright orange blush. This one called Offering, which is like a sort of peachy orange highlight shade. You can see I've dipped into it there. I really like the shade Charm for highlight on me. That one works. That one's gorgeous on me. So let's get into the drama. Nikki Phillippi from the Phillippi family. Now, they have a family channel. So they've got these two dogs. They put down their dog Bowser. There was a lot of controversy about that at the time. They got a lot of backlash. They really got cancelled. They were receiving a lot of hate comments and everything. Understandably, you know, if you put down a healthy dog, you deserve to be cancelled, in my opinion. You know, who does that? Who puts down a healthy dog? Right? You know, we've had dogs here like all my life. And honestly, I could not imagine putting down a healthy dog. Like, sick. You know, that is a sick thing to do, in my opinion. But Nikki Phillippi returned to the internet. She returned to YouTube about 4 weeks ago and said that basically she thought she couldn't be cancelled because the only person who could cancel her was herself.
We moved, like I said, and we ended up moving to Idaho. So it is so beautiful here. It's absolutely insane. You guys will hear more info. You'll see more. We are currently living in my parents' basement, which is amazing and very hard at the same time. So we're rebuilding our life. Dan is starting to dip into the community with different work that he's done in the past with welding and inspecting and all of that. And that's good. He had already been on that path. He had retaken his inspector's exam about a year and a half ago. So he was already going that direction. But he's really going that direction even, you know, more so now with this move to this town and then obviously being canceled. And this has been our main source of income for the last 8 years. As a generalization, someone said to me in a message, hey, I don't know how to word this to you without making you feel bad, but they're like, those of us that support you can only do so much. At a certain point, it takes the canceled choosing to not be canceled. And I just thought, man, I don't want to be canceled at this point. And so many people said almost that exact same sentence to me in person and online. And it was like, okay, so then it's my choice to walk back in, our choice, you get the point, to walk back in. And so that's what I'm doing today. So I want to keep making videos. I would still like this to be a part of my job that makes day-to-day and time divvying and all of that a little bit easier. It makes more sense for us. This has been jarring, as you could imagine. So here's where we're at now. I'm going to be turning off comments for the time being on everything. YouTube, Instagram, everywhere, because a lot of the comments that were directed at us were vile, disgusting, horrible comments. A lot of them were directed at our son. And so we're not gonna have that. So we're gonna have comments off for the time being. And I'm actually going to be restarting Patreon.
But the tea is that yesterday, both Jeffree Star and Jaclyn Hill clapped back at Nikki Phillippi. Honestly, I was laughing because Nikki Phillippi, you know, uploading that video a few weeks ago, oh, I can't be cancelled, you know, oh, I'm just going to go to Patreon, I'm not going to lose my income for the horrible thing that I did in putting down my healthy dog. You know, she's trying to save her ass, you know, it's quite funny. But Jaclyn Hill yesterday went on IG stories. This was when I was kind of filming yesterday. Jaclyn popped off on the IG stories and shaded the fuck out of Nikki Phillippi. Then also, Jeffree Star was putting up pictures on Twitter of his dogs saying, oh, I love waking up in the morning and seeing my dogs' faces. So they know what they're doing. These two both shaded Nikki Phillippi, and you know what? I love to see it.
So many of you guys are asking for an update on Georgie since I posted my lip last night. My lip still, obviously, like it still is like bloody and scabby on the inside because he got me up in here. I don't really care. It is what it is. So many of you are asking, like, is something wrong with him? Does he have an ear infection? That's the problem, is no, he does not. He actually just went to the vet recently. He is, I mean, his paws are good. He doesn't have a yeast infection. He doesn't have a rash. These are all things that he's had in the past. He doesn't have an ear infection. His gums are looking healthy. His teeth are looking good. He hasn't had a seizure in the last couple of months at this point. Like, that's the issue, is he's just getting angrier as he gets older. He's always been a temperamental dog, and I've always been aware of that. So, like, you know, when like if he goes underneath of something, if he goes under a chair, I tell all my guests, don't touch Georgie. If he's under a chair, he's feeling insecure, he wants to feel protected, don't go to grab him because he will kind of like lunge at you or like maybe bite you or whatever it is. There's like a little gnat flying around. Also, like if they're small, like I was saying, like if there's like small children in the house, like I would never ever let a baby crawl around Georgie, just because I like ever. Which also makes me so nervous because that's like a newer thing, and that makes me nervous. Like, hello, like one day if I am so lucky to get pregnant, like I'm gonna have to figure something out there, which won't be putting him down like some people. But yeah, it's so frustrating, and I know that there's a lot of people in my DMs who like understand. It's frustrating when like he's healthy. We take such good care of him. Like I don't know any dogs that are taken better care of than mine, and then like for him just like lunge out and bite me, I'm like, ooh.
Now, in fairness, Jaclyn had shown a photo on her IG stories of her dog, Georgie, like scratching her top lip, and she'd said that her lip was bleeding and all this stuff. She was being quite dramatic about it, but, you know, she did have the cut on her lip from where her dog allegedly caught her on the lip. So I just thought it was funny that Jaclyn was then on IG stories shading Nikki Phillippi. But do you know what? Nikki Phillippi deserves everything she gets for this, in my opinion. Because why do you put down a healthy dog? You know, that is just not something that would ever, like, come into someone in my household's brain, you know. As dog lovers, we've had dogs. We've had Staffordshire Bull Terriers and stuff, like, for years and years. We had 3 of those. And now we have our gorgeous little cockapoo, Jasper. So it's like, as dog lovers, you can't even fathom how another dog owner could want to do that to their dog. It is just baffling. I'm going to grab this Made by Mitchell brush. This is the MF3 brush. So I'm grabbing this and I'm just going to dip into the under eye powders in this palette. I normally just dip into a bit of both of them, to be honest. And then I like to just push it in there. So yeah, do let me know what you thought about Nikki Phillippi being shaded by Jaclyn Hill and Jeffree Star. Honestly, I thought it was hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. Okay. See that? This palette for me, when I use these under eye powders, it does seem to help the kind of darkness around my eyes there disappear a bit. Yeah, here we go. I am going to get into a full look and put a wig on and everything in a nicer outfit, but I just wanted to come and show you guys this palette because I haven't actually used it on camera yet, and I've been using it because I like it. But moving on, another thing I saw to do with Jaclyn Hill was actually that she's looking for a new brand manager for her cosmetics company, Jaclyn Cosmetics. I find that really funny because, as we all know, Jaclyn Hill was called out recently for her cream bronzers not being inclusive enough, the shade range, when she put out like 5 cream bronzers with her little summer collection that had the lip oils and everything like that. She was called out for not being inclusive. So now it's funny that she seems to be reaching out for a brand manager, someone to work with her team, after she's had all that criticism. I don't know, just something that I saw. And also, again, another thing to do with this whole Jaclyn Hill bronzer scandal, I noticed that Patrick Starr actually released his concealers. So he released these Butter Silk concealers, and you know, the shade range is actually very impressive, I have to say. For like, I would say Patrick's brand One Size is kind of like an indie brand. You know, it's in Sephora, but I don't think that Patrick has investors or anything in his brand. I think he might be partnered with Sephora, but I don't think he's got investors in his brand like Jaclyn Hill has, former brands who are behind Morphe investing in Jaclyn Cosmetics. So Patrick Starr dropped these Butter Silk concealers and the shade range is very, very good. So I was like, is this a little bit of shade at Jaclyn Hill, the way that Patrick keeps on showing off these concealers? Like saying, oh, you know, look, here's the lightest ones and here's the darkest ones, showing off that he's got quite a diverse shade range, when Jaclyn has recently just been called out for not having inclusive shade range. So I was like, is this Patrick Starr being a little bit shady towards Jaclyn Hill there? I think so. Let me know what you guys think on that one. Okay, so I have just used Charm, this kind of peachy, yeah, it's a very peachy looking highlight. That one, peachy goldie. That's what I've just used on my face there. There you are. So there's a little swatch there. And now I think I'm going to dip into Laos, the yellow blush. I haven't tried this yellow one yet, but I'm all up for yellow blush. Honestly, for me, this palette, if you're somebody who does like drag king looks, then this has got the right kind of colours in it for you. So that's what I really like about this. I think they've kind of thought about everybody with this collaboration, because if you're a drag king, you don't tend to wear pink blushes and things. You wear like yellow and orange. So when I saw this, I was like, wow, that's really cool. They've actually made something that could actually potentially cater to drag kings rather than, you know, just women and drag queens. They've thought of a gap in the market. There we go. So I'm just gonna dip a bit of that on there, because honestly I haven't seen another brand come out with a face palette with yellow blush. I mean, yeah, you could use like a yellow eyeshadow, but I just thought this was kind of innovative. And yeah, I'm going a bit ham with it now, aren't I? I don't want to look like I've got jaundice, but I just wanted to try this yellow blush. Might have to powder it a little bit. I normally go for like pinky shades in my makeup. Okay, so I'm going to call that done for my base. I just blended in a little bit of the orange blush and I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to go finish my face, put on a different outfit, and I will be back with another video for you later because I've got a little bit more tea, a little bit more drama to get into. So guys, I'm going to say take care, stay safe, stay well. Thank you so much for watching. Please do let me know what you think about all the drama going on with Jeffree Star, Jaclyn Hill, Patrick Star, Nikki Phillippi, all this stuff. You know, they're all kind of shading each other here. So I'm going to say goodbye. Love you guys. Thank you for watching. See you on the next one.